All right, so we're with Kenny. Hi, Kenny.
Hello.
And we're working on Bosko, The Adventures of Bosko Stiks, no homicidal expert LLB, right?
Yes. Yes.
And what's LLB stand for again?
He was a student in law, and he got a degree in bachelor of law. And when you get a degree, your title is LLB.
Nice. So we've been looking at different versions of what your benchmarks are. On my site, Kenny, in the logo design, logo depth section, I think if you just start with some of these basic, this one, just kind of taking the logo, making it a color, putting a stroke around it, putting color on the background. This demo really goes through all of that in Photoshop with layer styles. I think that that's really a good start for it. I mean, not this font, you have your own font. Are these hand-drawn fonts?
Yes.
But not these ones, right?
No.
Okay.
They're more tracings of a font. But
Okay, yeah,
it's a
because it's your sketch. So this is going to be pretty tricky because there's a lot of stuff, and we've talked about this from the beginning, and that's part of the joke, is like there's so much information, right? So like the gnome, homicide, expert, LLB. So this one says homicide.
It made more sense.
And the other one says homicidal. Which one are you looking for?
I had to fix it early on. That was just an old. I should have fixed that one. It's not gnome homicidal. It's gnome homicide.
Homicide. Okay.
Gnome homicide.
Okay. Well, that actually helps because we have less letters. So anytime that we can we can have less letters, I think it's going to work great. So this is the name of the character, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to bring this back into Photoshop, and we're going to talk about hierarchy. So the most important thing is Bosko Stiks, right? What about the word of?
Not too significant.
Like probably not at all, right?
Yeah.
Does he have a badge? Like I'm trying to think about how can we make this a logo? Like this looks like he could have this as his badge and then have adventures of on top and then Bosko Stiks. No homicide expert LLB. Like that could be like his badge or his calling card or something like that. What do you think about pushing it to that idea?
Yeah, I could put a badge on them. It could be incorporated into the logo, like maybe behind the word Bosko Stiks.
So I'm in Photoshop. I'm duplicating this layer, making another layer behind. G for dumper. We're having black. C for crop, going to give us more room to play over here. G, done. Okay, close the ridge. Play. Okay, so I want to play with the sizings of these things in terms of like what's the most important, and then maybe work through some of the playful aspects of it. To do that, I think I'm gonna make more space. I'm going to actually give us more white to work with so that it's not so crowded on the top, just for right now. And then option gives me this. Now I can dump it. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I want to run through is grabbing the adventures. And I think I just want this part of it. Oops, caution. And then playing with this being work a little bit, maybe? Because that's the fun thing, that's adventurous.
Yeah.
So what would happen if we kind of played with that? Okay, when we look at this word, what's more important, the or adventures? Is the even really important?
Not necessarily.
Right, so, let's see. Okay. Command T. Pull this up and over and work with it up here. Well, I have too much weight around, so I'm going to have to do that. Sure, doesn't matter. Okay, lasso. Tiny, not too important. Actually, if you look at the Simpsons logo, doesn't it have the?
Casually out to a little.
It is, doesn't it? Yeah. And think about, is it capitalized? Command B. Okay, and now of.
Oh, you know what? It kind of looks like it's it's from a perspective of a newspaper clipping because it's crooked, but it kind of looks like it's tilted to the side just a little bit. So it seems like it's coming from a more. It looks like it's just. I guess I don't know how to say it, but it's not like completely beveled, I guess, but it's just like it's something you see in a newspaper. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I don't know.
So of is actually even less important than the. So you want to play the sizes just a little bit with these logos. G, don't. Okay, zoom. Let's see how we're doing kind of big now. Okay, so of course you're going to make it prettier. This is with sketching. Bosko Stiks is really the most important thing. So we're going to grab this down here and actually make it totally small. Not totally, but less important. But also straight because it's super serious, right? He's a homicidal expert, right?
Yes.
Command B, G, okay. Okay, Bosko Stiks. I'm going to grab it. Command B.
I guess not guess. I mean, it's more of intention that it's written to be like it is his handwriting.
Right. Let's see. Using like a chisel. If I had the actual file, I would do something different, but what I'm going to do is just kind of work at trying to make it a little bit. So you could, in the actual file, you can select it and expand the font. But are you drawing this by your hand, or is this a font?
This is my actual writing.
You might need to give more space between each of them, like it's getting like kind of crowded, right? Okay, so do you see how it's like becoming bolder, and you kind of have to do that with Stiks also. So just use a thicker brush. Let's see if I can just do it. But use your marker one, is much nicer than mine. X. Z, B. Why is the white not working? B. Oh, I'm on multiply. So in your brushes, you can choose different things. So I was doing that for somebody else, for Ava probably. I was trying to see what would happen if I did it a longer. Okay, so now we're getting things all kind of a little bit bolder, like Bosko Stiks being the most important. And I'm going to grab this Command T, just drag it up. But I didn't give enough room for that, so. Okay. Do you like where I'm headed with this?
Yeah.
Okay, and then this, V, we're going to shove it to the side and make it look like a 1980s resume. I mean, like, this is all about humor, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to hit X. This would be a line that would be a part of, like, the title. Here comes somebody.
Like one of those vintage newspapers that has like these weird hands that just like points to the text.
Yeah, or it just makes it feel like it's an important element. So you got to rearrange is mostly what I'm recommending to you, and so to work in that way.